Batman Endgame Part 4. This block is called Foundry Square. It sits in the center of the oldest section of Gotham, the Lower East Side, the neighborhood where the city began, where the first Dutch settlers overcame the Miagani, where the British overcame them. It's always been a place of change, blood and violence and fire, torn down and built up a dozen times. Barely anything older than 50 years remains standing anymore, except for this block, Foundry Square. For some reason, through the years, the residents here banded together to protect these modest homes from the forces of the day. Every building is more than 200 years old. It's why Jim Gordon chose an apartment here. Its history unchanged, steady, judicious. Until today.
Batman?
Hold on, Duke. I have you.
But we love you,
Jim! Jim! Here. You should see the other guy. Jim, don't talk. It's going to be all right. I got him, Batman. It doesn't make sense. Must be a joke, because he got up. He got up just fine, but that shot, it was a cloud killer. Please, just rest. Duke, bathroom. There's a first aid kit. Duke!
My parents, I just realized they...
I know, but they're going to be all right. I promise you I'll do everything I can to make it happen, but I need you to calm down, and I need some help. Can you do that? Can you be a friend, Duke? Don't do it, kid. He's a bad friend. And he needs to...
I know, but I'm not just a bloody cave person.
I meant what I said. The cave is less secure with you here.
That's a thank you in American, no? Also, I have news that made it seem more important to be here. We did further testing on the virus. Whatever chemical is making the strain resistant, it also causes a kind of cellular rot.
So it's deadly. How long?
I don't know yet, but I can find out. Hey, Dad said things got bad here sometimes, but humor me, yeah? This isn't just a Tuesday.
No, it's ugly, Julia.
You'll do it. I know you can. You'll save them, my parents, all of them, just like you always do.
Take Duke to the base. See what you can find out about the virus's lethality, and stay low and quiet. I'd give you the glider, but there are simply too many of them with guns now. They nearly shot us out of the sky.
Low and quiet. We are Gotham church mice. You?
I'll secure Jim. Then I'm going after the source of this thing. To make something this bad.
Mr. Malone, I leave Gotham for 5 minutes and this is what happens.
Did you get the blood sample I sent, Birdwatcher?
I did, and there are similarities to Lazarus, as you suspected, but it's not Lazarus. For one, I checked the pits globally. No tampering, and for two, this stuff, it's stronger, like scary strong. Please just tell me the sample. It isn't from him, is it?
Jim took a shot at him, and the spray pattern. It was arterial. He shouldn't have come back from it. He wanted us to see.
Lord, you're not safe there.
None of us are.
No, I mean now, beneath you, move!
This is about the virus. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, well, apologies. Old habits.
Pull something up for me. The virus's structure. Bring it up next to the blood sample I sent.
I'm looking in the virus. There's a kind of decay happening in...
I know, damn it. Look at the decay factor of the virus against the regenerative factor in his blood.
Huh. Eureka.
They're inverses, aren't they? Whatever he's taking, whatever the hell is in his blood that's given them this ability to heal, the virus contains an inverse strain. They're opposites. It's a game. He's playing life and death, comedy and tragedy, love and hate.
Hey, there's something up ahead. You need to...
No, what I need is for you to help me figure out a cure. Because if I can't do it, and do it fast, it all goes boom.
Spit on the grave now. Mr. Malone, they're going to
Shut up. Just listen. Arkham, it has to be the key. It's part of why he was there. Someone in there helped him. I can only think of 3 scientists capable of creating something as powerfully regenerative as whatever the Joker's taking.
Spit.
All 3 were part of the same bio-initiative set up by my uncle when he ran Wayne Enterprises, headed by Dr. Carl Hellfern.
There, come on.
Hellfern, Dr. Death. Blast from the past, I know. Hellfern worked in bone, Hugo Strange in regenerating neural matter, and there was also Dr. Paul Decker, who worked in soft tissue. Bone, brain, and body. Philip called them the Doctor's 3.
Paul Decker,
a.k.a. Yes, Hellfern is dead. Strange hasn't been in Gotham for years, which leaves Decker.
Where'd he go?
And listen to this. Paul Decker, confined to Arkham until just a year and a half ago, released to a rehabilitative facility on orders by Eric Border.
Bingo! He's in the tank!
All right, I've got what I need. But listen, there's something you need to know. Joker knows who I am.
What do you mean he knows who you...
He knows.
It's over then. I mean, over. There's no starving it off. No barrier to it.
I refuse to believe that.
Look, I'm the eternal optimist here, but you have to see it for what it is. The virus is deadly. It's overtaken the city. Joker can't be taken down. And he knows who you are. Peekaboo! I don't see a way out of this one.
There's always a way out.
Well, let us help you. Batgirl's there, Red Hood, Red Robin. I can be there in 6 hours.
No, you all need to stay safe where you are for now.
Don't shut us out of your plan. You remember what happened last...
I'm not Birdwatcher. The fact is, I don't have a plan yet. I don't know what to do. These are uncharted waters. Immortal creatures. A few are said to exist in nature. The Hydra. Certain lobsters grow bigger in their shells, but their cells don't age past their prime. No one knows this better than Dr. Paul Decker, born to a family of artists in the Narrows. Father, mother, sister, all died when a gas pipe broke in the building. He devoted himself to regenerative science. In black labs funded by my uncle, he invented something called the healing stitch. A medical thread coated in a cellular matrix that would cause cells in contact with it to become omnipotent, to revert to a kind of embryonic undifferentiated state. A thread that erases a cell's past, making it new, able to become anything. In conjunction with a bit of gene therapy, cascade signals, the de-aged cell is reborn with a new life, a new purpose. A thread that unravels a cell's fate, and then resews it in a crazy new direction, restitching a body's basic life pattern like some reverse Frankenstein. He's a genius, unquestionably. Now, if only he wasn't crazy.
You like my jellyfish, Batman? Teratopsis dorni, one of the only animals that can actually age backwards when it so desires, revert from Medusa to polyp. It exists outside the natural life cycle, just like him.
I'm only here about the virus, Decker. I know you helped him make it. Now what the hell did you concoct?
Concoct? The material at the core of that virus isn't anything I could make in a lab. It's something much older. Something I've been looking for all my life. Something Joker showed me.
The city is tearing itself apart. Millions of people will die if you don't tell me the truth. Whatever story he told you about himself, about his past.
Stories about the past. See, Batman, researchers in my field, we just love stories from the past. After all, in ancient times, so many tales feature human bodies doing pretty much exactly what we're trying to get them to do. Heal miraculously, endure for centuries, withstand death. Funny thing, the mechanism in the old stories is almost always the same. Said body encounters something in the natural world, some special substance in the soil, or vegetation, or water, and is transformed. The waters of Gilgamesh's time were said to bear plants that granted renewed life. The river Styx bestowed epidermal invincibility. Herodotus wrote of Macrobia in 400 BC, a town where a hidden spring offered eternal health. So many stories across so many cultures, Batman. Too many to ignore.
Decker, outside that window, people are dying. You're talking to me about damn legends and
Not legends, Batman. Clues to something real. A chemical compound that existed in nature long ago. Something very rare, but present in certain places. Something that could activate just the right genes. The same ones we tinker with endlessly. Lin 28, Amp K, the matrix that controls how our bodies repair themselves. I named it Batman. I call it Dionysium. A little scientist humor, see? After Dionysus, the Greek god associated with rebirth. Heart sewn into thighs. Halifax and Strange thought it came from meteors, but I think it's indigenous to our planet. Doesn't feel like a Batman story anymore, does it? That's because it isn't. It's about them, the carriers, and Gotham. People who encountered the chemical long ago and still walk among us. Here in Gotham, I've heard stories of a few. There's the Savage, who was among the oldest men alive. He encountered it in its rawest form. And there's the man like a demon who keeps pools of the chemical in secret pits around the world. A corrupted version, but effective in its way. And him, the link back to Gotham, the Pale Man, the one who laughs at us, who encountered it some time before Gotham rose. You want to know a secret, Batman? For a long time, I thought you were one, older than Gotham, a Barbatos. It's why I did the terrible things I did, quilting life abnormally just to meet you. But then I did meet you, and I realized you were just flesh and blood. Where?
You synthesized it. This Dionysium. You gave it to that maniac, and then you created a damn inverse for the virus. Where are you keeping it? Where?
You have it all wrong. I've created momentary healers, flashes, but that's it. I've never been able to make anything close to it in potency. The substance in the virus, it's from him. I got it from Joker's body, from his spine.
I've sampled and tested his blood dozens of times.
It only expresses in cases of catastrophic damage. It's invisible otherwise.
So if you didn't give it to him, where did he get it? Tell me.
For a bat, you don't listen well, do you? It's gone, extinct for hundreds of years, but it's in him, because he's one of them. He's Gotham's own Dionysian man. Dionysus, the god of madness and tragedy. The very word tragedy means goat song in ancient Greek, for all the goats slaughtered to him. And don't you see? Gotham is the great sacrifice. So welcome, Batman, to the last Bacchanal. There's no stopping it, but at least you have a front row seat, right? Batman.
Stick around.
Batman, hey!
Penny 2, what did you find?
It's bad, Batman. The virus, the strain in it is more powerful than they thought.
How long? How long?
24 hours, maybe less. It's not a matter of days, it's a matter of hours. Also, I did a facial recog for Joker throughout Gotham history. Tragedies, just to debunk his charade. But he's all over. It's very possible it's a trick, but if so, the photos are the best doctoring job I've seen. I mean...
It's a trick. It has to be.
He's one of them, Batman, and soon I will be too.
What? Decker, don't! Whatever he gave you, it's not what you think it is. He wouldn't risk it.
You're wrong, Batman. I'll finally be one of them. Maybe I'll be Gotham's Batman, the real one. Batman. Batman, are you there? Batman?
This can't be real. It can't end this way. It can't.
What are you going to do?
Something I never thought I would. All right, let's talk about history.